Jake Paul, moment of truth. Again, I say it. You lost the fight. We had a deal in front of millions of people worldwide. I expect you to honour that deal. You owe us some money. Don't come back at me with contracts and all that bull crap. I'm a gypsy. I can't read and write properly. Don't understand that. Was over there to do a job. We've done it. And I'm sure you'll be a great guy and honour what you've done. Pay up. Good morning, world. Jake Paul and family. Back home, well rested. Ed's back on business. Jake, you know what I'm going to do. We had a deal, mate. We had an handshake. We said we boxed for free if we got defeated. You say you'd pay double if Tommy could beat you. And that's what he done. Tommy beat you convincingly. So what I'm going to ask you to do is honour and step up to the plate and pay your bill. We had a gentleman's agreement in front of millions of people worldwide. We shook hands on national world television in the great country of Saudi. And please do not come out with all the contract bullshit, mate. I can hardly read and write. I'm a gypsy. I'm uneducated, but listen, what I can do is all I've got in the world is my word. And I give it you in front of millions of people. We shook hands and I expect you to do the same thing, Jake. But I know you will because you're a stand-up guy. I look forward to hearing from you, Jake. Pay your bill, mate. And thanks very much. Bye-bye. Jake Paul.
What's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Jade and Anthony, for coming through and boosting up the coin, respect general. Oh my dod. Just when I couldn't get any more irritated, yeah? The way the Team Fury dons have been carrying on, honestly, that fight, I don't care what no one says, was a split decision. Even if you think Timmy won, which he didn't, it was a draw, but even if you think he did, it was the closest of margins possible. And the reason I tell you that is because the way people are carrying on, boxing lesson, boxed his ears off, a marvellous performance, it just gets under my skin. I'm all for boxing lessons. I'm all for schooling someone. This wasn't that. Anyway, again, the reason I tell you that is to say that I didn't think I could be any more irritated. It's not even just Team Fury himself, but the whole shillery around Team Fury. I didn't think it could get any worse. And then John Scary comes through right on time and drops this video. And again, I didn't think it could get any worse than it already was. People bigging up and gassing the place up. But now, John Fury is talking about a bet he refused to sign. Everyone knows this. Jake Paul documented it at the time. And Team Fury fans are so gassed on this momentum. Oh yeah, well, yeah, of course, yeah, it's handshake, yeah, John's right. Yeah, Jake Paul's got to be a real man and the handshake. What? It was on, and that's the thing. I did a video on Friday exposing. Jake Paul exposing. Don't forget, John Fury was in there. Oh, Jake Paul. Got a deal, Jake Paul. Oh, in there, trying to be all in the video, putting his hand out, shaking on the bet. Jake Paul said, listen, I got the contract. Give it to your lawyers and sign it. Jake Paul been exposed. They didn't sign it. That's no mystery, people. That was well documented at the time on Friday. In fact, I did another video following up after Jake Paul's expose, saying John Fury, Mr. Jumping in the video, yeah, you've got my word, my son's gonna double or nothing, had gone missing. Because he had done, that's a fact. Yeah, before that bet, before Jake Paul handed the contract out, John Fury was all in the video. Every single boxing YouTube channel, he was all in there, doing all this, just doing the most waffling out of his chops. Yeah, the contract, Jake Paul drops the contract, and for the next 36 hours until the fight, even until the fight, just the fact of the matter, we didn't see John Fury on camera again. The same way we didn't hear any questions, or the same way Tyson Fury shut down any Usyk questions, you best believe John Scary didn't show his face for the next 36 hours since the contract was dropped on his table. Where was he? He missing. That there, people, is documented. It's documented. John Fury did not sign. In fact, you know what? Because I'm sure there's some I know for a fact there is. I know for a fact there's some low IQ Team Fury shills out there saying, yeah, actually, yeah, British law, no word of a lie. There's people out there saying, yeah, British law actually is based on if you shake your hand with verbal contracts. I kid you not. There's people out here literally riding with this one. Yeah, verbal contracts and English law and English statutes and yeah, a handshake and a man's agreement. Listen, bro, listen, my man. If you, well, yeah, you can't blame John for. There's some goofy dude called Jesse on fire. Jesse gives fire top to the Fury. That's what it should be. Yeah, Jesse on giving fire top to the Furies. That's what you listen, Mr. Jesse. Listen, Mr. Jesse, with a fire top for Furies. That's what you need to change your channel to. Yeah, because the only thing on fire, it's not your channel, it's the level of top you be given. I ain't gonna lie to you, Jesse, man, your top, I've heard. I spoke to John. John told me your top is fire. Yeah, your top blows the roof off. But that's all it is. Anyway, like I said, there's people out here, yeah, John Fury, you can't blame him. He can't even read. John Fury can't read, so it's all about the handshake. John Fury can't read, so it's all about the handshake. Why didn't John Fury say that at the time then? Yeah, when John Fury was jumping in the video, we'll definitely sign it. Oh, you've got my word, we'll sign it. Oh, yeah? When John Fury jumped in the video saying, you've got my word, we will sign it, he didn't jump in the video and say, hey, listen, I can't guarantee I'm going to sign it because I can't read. What I can guarantee is my word. Let's shake on it right now. Yeah? So wait a minute. Is John Fury a purebred bare knuckle that can't read and a handshake's the be all and end all? Or is he agreeing to sign it? You know, do you get what I'm saying here? John Fury didn't tell us he couldn't read and he couldn't sign. He said, we'll get it to the lawyers, we'll make sure it's okay and we'll sign. You've got my word. Is that, was that just me or did we all hear that one? In fact, I know we all heard that one because that's like what happened. I don't lie. Yeah? If John Fury didn't say that, if John Fury said, listen, Jake Paul, I can't read, I can't guarantee we're going to sign it, but this handshake's what we're going to go on, I'd be saying, listen, that's what happened, people. Jake Paul knew that this was the handshake's what's mattered. No, John Fury said we're signing it. Anyway, let's get to this part, because I know for a fact that some of you slow dons didn't peep this one. This is a leaked video from the JP and from Jake Paul himself. Here we go.
Alright, get this. So, as you guys saw the bet yesterday on stage, Tommy agreed to it, shook my hand on stage. His dad said that they were agreed to it. So, I signed the contract right in front of them. We send it over to their lawyers, and just as I thought, they have gone silent as a mouse for the last 24 hours. They do not want to sign the contract, and it just goes to show that they have this false confidence. Put your money where your mouth is. You shook on it like a man, and now you guys haven't signed the actual contract to make the deal official. Soft.
So, once again, there you heard from the JP. This was done on Friday night at 36 hours before the fight, before the squabble kicked off. Documented facts. Yeah, in fact, I did another video. Tommy Fury came out and said, in response, whilst John Fury went missing, yeah, IFL TV, you can all watch it yourself. IFL TV pulled up on Timmy and said, Timmy, what's the status of the bet? Oh, it's on my channel. Go and watch it on my channel. Tommy Fury, IFL TV pulled up. Tommy, what's the status of the contract and the bet? Timmy Fumble says, I'm just focused on fighting and my team handling that. Oops. Guess what? His team handled it all the way to not signing. That's the facts. And this is what irritates me about the whole Fury culture. Yeah, we're such real men, they can't read, they're just pure. Yeah, John Fury and the Furies are just so pure bare knuckle, they can't read and write, so it's about the handshake. I've been saying this for a while, but these guys have become not a charade, what's the better word for it? But they've become an archetypal old gentleman, bare knuckle, do you know what I mean? It's proper cringe, truth be known. But it's even more cringe that people are not only buying into it, they actually think it's real. They actually think John Fury is the 1800s archetypal bare knuckle handshakes what goes. You know what I mean? Again, Jesse just one of them. Jesse with a fire top. These guys out here saying, they can't, the fact he can't read proves that it's just pure. Isn't it? Oh yeah, it's his word. His word's his bond. Wait a minute. If your word's your bond, why didn't you sign the contract? And number two, you got that same word, You said, if we don't win by KO, give the fight to Jake Paul. That's also your word, and I'm pretty sure John Fury's also said, I can swear to you that. Oh yes, I swear to you that. If we don't knock Jake Paul out, give him the fight on points. Oh, that's what he said. So what are we doing here? Are we going based on what John Fury says, or are we going based on what John Fury signs? And that's just, well, I mean, we're not talking peanuts here. Yeah, we're not talking a drink. We're not talking a bet down the pub. You know what, lads? Yeah, I'll bet you a drink that ABCD. This is multi-millions of dollars. And you know what? If Tommy Fury, yeah, had gone in there and just demolished Jake Paul, I'd probably be saying, you know what, Jake? You were that smoked. You probably should just pay the guy, even though there was no contract. You got that roasted. You owe the guy some more coins. But the fight was 50-50. Yeah, John Fury's out here talking about bets in a split decision. The fight should have been a draw. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are complete chances. And I can't get too political on this show, so you need to read between the lines. But you best believe, like, the stereotypes. This kind of behaviour reinforces certain stereotypes. Chances. Do you know what I mean? Like, what is this guy? These people are obviously clocked on. Oh, we want to bet. Let's see if we can. There's no way. And the way he tried to psychologically, I'm not best pleased with Jake Paul at the moment, but even so, what we ain't gonna be. You know what I mean? It does make me delusional. But he's trying to play it on. Obviously, you know, after the fight, they all kiss and made up. As most of these boxers do. It's all fake news. It's all about hype. None of it's real. So they all kissed and made up, and John Fury said, oh, I respect you, you're a real fighting man, and you showed heart. So my point is, John Fury in this video today, you can see where he's playing on that. He says, yeah, I know you're a good man, I spoke to you, you're a good man, you're a good family, so I know you'll... So you know what I mean? He's leveraging that. He's leveraging the relationship they'd built after the fight, as if that's going to have some sort of sway. Yeah, I know you're real, so I know you'll do what's right. I know you do the right thing and you'll send the money over. Like, what planet is... That's how deep this guy is. This guy really thinks he's got any chance of getting them coins. Completely delusional. And really, it's not even just delusional. For me, it's sickening. It's sickening to try and play this move. And the way people are backing it. How even one person... And the comments, I told you before, go on the guy's channel, Jesse on Fire. His comment section is full of people. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it should be a handshake. You're right. What? Yeah, genuinely, I have not got a problem with people making bets. You're right. Your word should be your bond. But equally, if your word is your bond, you shouldn't have a problem putting your signature on a contract. Oh, I can't read. Yeah, but John, that wasn't a problem. You said yourself. We'll give it to our lawyers. I assume your lawyers can read. This was never about John Fury being able to read. It was about, can your lawyers read and can your lawyers sign? Most of these guys, they give their power of attorney to their attorneys anyway. So, do you know what I'm saying? Like, no one was asking for you to read. And I believe John Fury can read anyway, as it happens. I think John Fury can read, and I think John Fury can sign his name. Just about. After all, guess what, people? This fight, Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, was not done on a handshake basis. Do you get what I mean? So wait a minute. Tommy Fury and John Fury, who's managing and training Tommy, why is it, John, you were able to sign your training and management contract and or the Jake Paul fight contract, but now you wasn't able to sign any? Which is it? Fair enough, yeah. Let's say the fight, Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Let's say there was no contract and the fight was done on a handshake basis. I'd say, listen, man, fair play. Look, John Fury, he can't read, he doesn't sign anything, and the only way John Fury and Tommy Fury came out and said, listen, people, we're pure bare knuckle, we don't believe in handshake, we don't believe in we don't believe in contracts, we don't believe in signatures. The only way this fight happens is with a handshake. And if Jake Paul accepted that, you know what I mean? If there was some sort of basis for this handshake BS, I'd say, well, man, look, the precedent's been set. The fight was based on a handshake in the first place. Why not? No, the fight was based on contracts. And the fact Jake Paul's team wrote a contract up and you, man, went missing. And now come absolute chances. And it cuts me in. I'm telling you now, I need... So, yeah, man, I'm super duper. I thought I was already irritated before. This is proper, and in all fairness, I'm going to let Tommy off because this wasn't Tommy. Well, I don't know. I mean, listen, John does what he wants. So I do have to give Tommy, well, for now, let's see what happens. It's only been a few hours. I'm hoping Tommy, I'll tell you now, if Tommy comes out and starts talking about this, yeah, I'm hoping this is just John. You know what John's like. John can't help himself. John loves, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if after all that hype, you know what John's like. He loves being in the centre of attention. It wouldn't surprise me if John's just doing this to try and keep his face out there. He's absolutely buzzing from the hype. Do you know what I'm saying? So part of me is hoping that Timmy isn't involved in this. Part of me is hoping that Timmy's actually looking down and thinking, you know what, Pops, give it a rest. Sit down somewhere. Because if Timmy comes out and backs this narrative, yeah, it's over anyway. But that will show me that he's got no class. All this talk about, he's only 23 years old and he's got loads of class and this other stuff. This is the least classy thing I've ever seen. A complete chancer move. It's pure opportunistic prey, innit? That's what, like, almost like animals. This is an animal behaviour. Ooh, what's that? You know what I mean? Just trying to scrounge any way you can. A proper scrounger, this is. Don't get me wrong, listen, people. I'll be the first one to say, if Tommy Fury had to sign the contract and Jake Paul's now bugging, you best believe. Even after Jake Paul lost. Or, yeah, so if Tommy had to sign the contract, yeah, and Jake Paul had gone quiet, I'll be the first one out here like, listen, man, you got a big mouth, you made this big bet, you couldn't help yourself, pay the money up. But categorically, it went the other way. And as it happens, that's why John Fury is doing this video. John Fury is mad now. John Fury is sick. He wishes he did enforce the contract. But he didn't. That's on you, John. Yeah? You lost your son an extra 4 million. And no doubt, and I'm sure the reason John Fury is doing this is because guess what? John Fury has never really done much in his own life. Yeah? And this is the first time, because Tyson Fury never put him on. Tyson Fury loves money so much, he ain't never ever put his pops on. His pop's living in some caravan somewhere. He's broke as a joke. So this is the first time Tommy Fury actually trusts his dad and actually employed his dad's services. John Fury just made a couple $100,000. Yeah? So John Fury's sitting there, a couple $100,000 richer, thinking, wait there a minute, I like this. I like the taste of this couple $100,000. Wait there a minute. This should be more than a couple $100,000. It should be 600, 700, 800, 900. I want my double. You know, that's exactly the process that's happened here. John Fury's seen the first, but I'm not saying, listen, there's nothing wrong with it. I'd love to have a 400 grand back, but I'm just saying, calling a spade. John Fury, for the first time in his life, has seen a big amount of money, and he's thinking there's an easy way to double it up. I'll put a video out, try to be a hard man, talk about handshakes, and Jake Paul will send the wire through. There is absolutely no chance of that happening, and neither should there be. Again, if Tommy had signed it, I mean, that's on you, John. End of the day, John, all that woofing you was doing, never mind making a video trying to pressure Jake Paul, you should make a video yourself saying, listen, people, we learnt a valid lesson this weekend. Back yourself, because we didn't back ourselves, and that's cost me an easy 400 grand or a 4 million pot. Let this be a lesson to the world. Never doubt yourself. Always double down on yourself. That's what the video John Fury and Tommy Fury should be doing. I'd respect John for doing it. You know what, people? Listen, man. I gotta be real with you. We weren't sure enough to sign the bet. It's hurting me now. I always knew my son would win, but I just didn't have that. So I'm telling everyone now in the world, never doubt yourself. Always double down on yourself. That's the video he should be doing. Instead, absolute whopper chancer. And I wonder, part of me's thinking now, should Jake Paul actually say, yeah, you're right, yeah, send me the wire details. Let me see if this guy would actually take that money, knowing full well he had no intention. Like, for example, this whole it's a shake thing, yeah? And this is why I don't like I've got to say this, the Fury man fans, the Fury following, are the most delusional and the most twisted up. It's just what it is. There's a lot, obviously, every fighter has their own cult following, but the Fury ones are the worst kind of ones. And I'll tell you why, because guess what? If Jake Paul had won the fight, number one, especially on points, it was a split decision, yeah? If Jake Paul had won a split decision, oh my God, you wouldn't hear the end of it. Robbery, Saudi's a joke. Do you understand? I guarantee it. And that's what I mean. It's in a way, it's quite sad that the Furies haven't taken an L yet. Because, people say, be humble and all that other rubbish, yeah? It's easy to be humble when you're nicking wins and nicking split decisions. Do you get what I'm saying? But you bet your bottom dollar, if they'd have lost on points, you wouldn't hear the end of it. Oh, robbery, the Saudi prince scammed us, and Jake Paul the A-side and whatever else. But not only that, more specifically to this point, yeah? Peep this. You can bet your bottom dollar. Well, not, in fact, it's not even about betting. You just know. If Tommy Fury had lost that fight, who here thinks Tommy, based on the handshake, would have been handing over his purse? Okay, so Jake Paul wins split decision. Who here thinks Tommy Fury on Monday morning and John Fury would have been saying, listen, Jake Paul, we shook your hand. We didn't need to sign the contract. Our word is our bond. I gave you our word. Here's my 400 grand back. Tommy, you need to do the same. Who here thinks that would happen? Or who here thinks that was going to happen? And the thing is, I guarantee you there's some Fury Man fans out there. Oh yeah, John Fury, of course he would. Yeah, John Fury's words is bond. John Fury would have given it back. You absolute melons. There's absolutely no way. Because if there was, he would have signed the contract. Yeah? Do you understand, people? Do you get that one? It's simple as that. It's not rocket science here. The contract is about 4 lines long. Winner gets 3.5 million extra or whatever it was. It was a most simple contract. Derek Chisora had it. Half a page. Yeah? You don't even need to read to be able to sign that one. And they didn't. This wasn't a big, long, Conor Benn style 270 page document. So that's my ultimate beef. Anyone out there backing this handshake narrative, would you be saying this? Number one, would you be saying the same thing if Tommy had lost? Would you be having that same energy? Come on, John Fury. I just don't believe it. I don't believe all the Fury Man fans gassing up about, yeah, Jake Paul needs to pay. You, man, if Tommy had lost, would not be saying, Tommy, you need to pay up. You'd be saying, well, the contract was never signed. You wouldn't give an F about a handshake. But now, and that's why I don't like man fans and cults in general. Because you, man, just pick whatever side helps you out. You're not objective. Me, I'm completely down the line, completely objective. Case by case. But you, man, just swing, oh yeah, well, yeah, the handshake benefits us, even though he didn't sign, so let's ride with that one. Yeah, John Fury, yeah, John Fury is such a pure man. I kid you not, people are in the comment section talking about, oh, John Fury's just an old school gentleman, he doesn't need contracts, he never has, he's just so pure and gentle. Oh, it gets under my skin, honestly. Nothing more irritates me, and I'm just waiting now. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Timmy really does have some quality about him, and I hope we don't hear from him. If we're going to hear from him, we're going to hear from him in the next few days. I really hope I don't. And if I don't, well, I shouldn't have to give him some credit, but I won't, subliminally give him some credit and say, you know what, fair play. Because he could have jumped on his dad's clown train and just made a complete clown of himself. And I'm worried that what's going to happen is, because of the reaction in the comment section, yeah, 90% of the comments, obviously, are gassing John up. Yeah, John, where's Jake Paul? Pay up, Jake. I kid you not. People are saying, pay up. And what's worrying me is, over the next 24 hours, Timmy's going to see the response. Obviously, if the response was backlash, as it should be, Timmy, he ain't stupid. He wouldn't do it, but I'm kind of thinking now, Tommy's going to see all the comments, gassing it up and encouraging it. I can see him saying, come on, Jake Paul. We shook on it. We're men. We're 2 men. Yeah. And you know what I mean? I think I got a feeling that's coming. I hope I'm wrong. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Should Jake Paul pay? Should he not pay? Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell.